Hello everyone, this is Warlock and Deepak. We had another day of SmartCon, the second and final day of SmartCon, the Chainlink conference, if you're not aware. Bit of a boring day. We went to a good amount of talks. None of them were quite that interesting, except for one. I was barely paying attention for a lot of these things. They were either too technical for me. I'm not a developer. I am a weird NFT man who draws weird drawings, makes this podcast, and is generally not even good at math. So a lot of programming stuff goes over my head. I don't know what's going on. I was pretty bored, but there was. Do you want to just like go through a list of things we looked at?
Yeah. So the first presentation was privacy preserving oracles with Deco, from academic research to real world applications, which was presented by the chief research officer of Chainlink Labs, Dalia Malki, and one of the users also was presenting, Osama Khan from Burata. And so it was about so Deco is like a product for private information, private oracles. So like you can show only information that you want to show to an oracle. It was a little bit of a slog. It was like 40-minute presentation. It was a little long, so it was hard to like, and it was like pretty technical, so a lot of details just kind of like flew over the head. And yeah, it was interesting. I mean, like, it's a lot of decentralized identity stuff.
I went to the bathroom during the Burata thing.
Yeah. Mei Chan, she talks a lot about decentralized identity. So it was cool to see like how that would kind of play out, and how private oracles or privacy preserving oracle protocols would help with that. It was cool. It was interesting. It was a little bit of a slog. Like we were also tired too.
You can probably tell we're a little tired now.
And then next one, Chainlink VRF, why Web3 randomness for NFT and gaming dApps. That was like, it was a NFT project, CyberKongs, and the go-to-market lead for VRF, verifiable randomness.
You just talked about his NFT project, really?
Yeah, it was like how so this NFT project, CyberKongs, has like a video game. It's like and they use VRF, and that was pretty much it.
That was it. And you just kept asking like the same question, like so you use it like they just wanted to have an NFT project confirm that they used it. I don't even know why they had to use it. They basically like just you send them money and you get like 2 sentences from like a choose your own adventure thing, and that's the game.
Yeah. And then the next one that we went to, presentation by Ed Felton of Off-Chain Labs. So yesterday we listened from the other co-founder of Arbitrum, and Ed Felton's the other one. Yeah, he was just talking about the progress that Arbitrum's made, where they're at, and talked about a lot of their. So they're still pretty centralized. They don't have fair sequencing. We mentioned yesterday that they had a presentation about fair sequencing. It's pretty obvious that like Arbitrum is going to use Chainlink's Chainlink as like a sequencer for fair sequencing of events. So heavily hinted there, and he talked about stuff that was on slides. Supposed to be a lot of efforts of decentralizing. I think that's a hint of a token maybe coming out on Arbitrum, but maybe not. It could be other ways of decentralizing. And they also have further developments to decrease the cost of transactions on the Arbitrum network. Pretty interesting. And then we saw my boy Sam Bankman-Fried, fireside chat with Sam Bankman-Fried. What a fucking guy, bro! Oh my god. And the interviewed by Lucinda Shen of Axios.
She asked a lot of dumb questions. I'll say that first of all. I don't even know why he was really here. Like, I know he's a personality. It's not worth it when there's really nothing to talk about. It was very funny that when they announced the like interview with Sam Baby Fred over video, and people booed.
I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? Who cares?
I don't know, maybe some people know this. I love a good boo. There's so few times in society that you are allowed to boo, or that people feel comfortable to boo, even when they totally should boo. I love booing. Had a big smile on my face just hearing boos. It was this smile. Like, I love it. Pretty freaking boring. I don't care what this guy has to say, and he didn't say anything. He's just on a dumb webcam, and some people at his dumb company in the background were like just trading or something.
Yeah, so the questions there were just like softball. Again, nothing that we already didn't know already about him. One, they asked about what he thought about Tornado Cash. Talked about what he thought about being an effective altruist. Yeah, it was like, yeah, very okay. I don't care. I don't really care. I didn't really care that much. I don't really like the guy that much anyway. But or I'm very skeptical, suspicious of the dude. So I might be coming in with that bias. But I
even then, it was boring.
Anything. Yeah, it was
boring.
Yeah,
I don't even know anything about anyone or anything, and even I was like, this feels like stuff we should know, or we already know, or it's not any interesting information.
Yeah.
What was after that? Was that the cat thing?
No. Then we went to.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
It
was the cat thing.
It was the cat. I think it was the cat thing. We went to like Infura, the infrastructure for like, I think all they do is like connecting like Geth or whatever, have some infrastructure to connect to Ethereum. It was okay. It was just that Infura, why you should use Infura. What does Infura do? That the title of the talk was like how kittens or cats took down a network. It did not like really.
She just had some. Oh, dropped the phone. She just I have to hold this thing. I didn't bring a tripod. She just had a bunch of cat memes. Not funny ones. Just really pictures of cats. You can call that a cat meme. It's not really a cat meme. And a lot of just like old crypto memes, like just shoved in there. It was not interesting. It was lame.
And then we went to Cathay Financial Holdings, current development in blockchain and cross-chain technology. This was like, so Cathay Financial is the largest financial institution in Taiwan, and the guy was talking about how they're trying to introduce this technology in Taiwan for things in global trade,
like everything,
and literally everything. He was
saying we want to do everything.
We want like a decentralized identity, integrated
an exchange. Didn't he say that they wanted to like have some kind of exchange, or did they say that they couldn't do it? They wanted to. They wanted to do an exchange, but they couldn't.
I don't remember anything about an exchange. Maybe I don't know.
He just wanted to do everything.
He was just like, we want to introduce blockchain technology in this in Taiwan, and they talked about using consortium chains and CCIP, Chainlink CCIP, for connecting them. And he was saying like, we've been like experimenting this for a while, and we are going to go to market with something. So that was pretty interesting.
Didn't mean much to me, but it wasn't like horribly boring.
And then it was Shane Higdon, the HR Foundation. Really interesting presentation. Really good.
Like, you know, you're probably gonna think that we're just biased because we're Hedera people or whatever. I thought it was one of the most solid presentations of the whole conference. Like, you know, stuff goes over my head. Everything was clear. Even if I didn't know the information, everything was clear, consistent. There was a lot of information on the slides. It wasn't a bunch of like dumb pictures. He had a lot of material to go through. They only gave the dude 15 minutes.
Anyway, it was really solid presentation. It was actually like the first time I've ever seen like Shane speak in like outside in this capacity.
Same.
Like we've seen seemingly man. I haven't seen like Shane. Like we've seen him talk.
I mean, we talked to Wes Geisenberger. I mean, you know, Shane, if you want to come on the Hashcast, do it.
Yeah, come through. And yeah, it was solid. He talked about like I had no idea. He talked about a lot of stuff I had no idea about, and a lot of other like interesting developments. But he talked about how like he came out of retirement from like to assist in the internet of value in the fourth industrial revolution, which is very interesting that he mentions it, because I've read about this. A lot of people mention it. A lot of people talk about it. It's always been like frou 4IR, but like he actually mentioned it, and I was like, damn, like that's pretty cool. He's on the 4IR train, and he said 3 new governing council members have been approved by the governing council, and we'll be seeing like developments around it. I don't know, like I don't want to make any claim of like time in which they will announce this stuff. He
didn't say who.
Yeah, he didn't say who. Like,
he specifically was like, you know, I'm not gonna say who, but we're not lying about him saying that.
But he did say that.
He said it.
He did say that.
We heard it, and it's like, oh, why aren't other people reporting on this? Yeah, because there weren't any reporters.
No, we were the only 2 there probably that were like kind of
that even know anything really, like that are engaging with Hedera. We were like probably
like
the
in the community. There are people that knew about it, but we're like the only 2 people that probably like were in the community.
Yeah,
period.
Yeah.
No reporters, nothing like that. Yeah.
And he got like swamped by a bunch of people who were just like asking him for money after.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk to him. I gave him some Crete stickers. Eventually, we wanted like to have a chat because, like, you know, like you're saying, like the only people that are like actually in the Hedera community is like us that were there. But like he just got swarmed by a bunch of people being like, "Oh, you give money out? Give me money, give me money, give me money." So like, you know, he had to go for a flight and we couldn't chat with him, but I did like shove some Crete stickers, a bunch of Crete stickers and 1 Gerbert sticker for the Gerb fans out there, all 2 of you. He got 1 Gerbert sticker, and he saw my you know, my Gerbert morning shirt. Wish I could have talked to him more. Sent him an email. Probably never get a response. But hey, if he sees this for some reason, probably won't. Come on the Hashcast. We can talk about nothing relating to Hedera if you want. Probably prefer it. But yeah, his was one of the best talks. Today was a much lower energy, not just us. I feel like the presenters were lower energy compared to yesterday. That their final thing they had at the end of the day, was that after our boy?
So then
there
we
was
did
one
there,
more
and
thing,
then we met our boy DB.
Our boy, he's getting a shout out. Wow, he's never gonna watch this. We met some guy.
We met my boy DB, and then we went to he talked with the founder, the CEO of Solana. What is Anatoly Yanko, whatever, I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention to this at all.
But yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't anything new.
He was also on video call.
He was also on video call. I think it was actually pre-recorded because I saw the interviewer, like, outside, and she was also, like, on, like, a video call, it seemed like. So I think it was just a pre-recorded something about a pre-recorded interview.
Oh, I understand what you're saying now. That's so funny. Oh,
and he wasn't saying anything new, like what, like, oh, like,
why would he?
He's
not even there.
Like,
he's not even there. Why would he say something new?
We're doubling and tripling like transaction speed and blah, blah, blah.
Everything is going to the moon.
You can tell I don't like that guy either.
Good.
And then after that, we went to we sat for like the back end of like a talk about some index and using blockchain for indices.
At this point, I was just like on Twitter being like posting like the picture looks kind of like me as a green Wojak, and also like
yeah. So this is the FTSE Russell. So that's the Russell index, which they were talking about like using Chainlink, which that's pretty cool. I mean, like, that's a pretty big institution. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. I think they're going to be using this shit. And after that, it was the closing ceremony, which had the, like, 5, like, I mean, the only notable thing, we saw the co-founder of Chainlink, which nobody really talks about. It's usually just Sergey, but my boy Steven Ellis was there, had cool shoes. It was just saying shit. I mean, it wasn't anything like.
It was kind of nothing.
There was just like a Q&A, like random shit. I mean, it was what did they talk about? They were just talking about like a lot of the CEO, the CRO, or the
it's
chief
like
research
generic
officer
advice and like what book would you recommend?
Books. I got two books on the list now. Systems Bible and Lords of Finance.
Don't forget, you only have 4,000 weeks to live in your life book.
I've read that book, so I didn't note that one down.
Right.
I know the premise of this.
Apparently, only average of 4,000 weeks in your life.
And that was it. And there was a event at the ice cream museum, which we didn't go to. Like
well, we tried. Okay,
we tried to.
We walked to it, but there was a massive line, and we're like we wanted to see if maybe we could get like another free hat or something. We're not gonna sit in this friggin' selfie museum.
Yeah, it's like not an actual museum of ice cream.
There's no real ice cream.
It's all like a social media like.
Yeah, it's just like sculptures you can have in the background. Line was massive. No way we were gonna do that. So back to Deepak's crib. That's SmartCon. Some other stuff that has nothing to do with the events. The venue was like half constructed. It was kind of weird. A lot of places were like blocked off, guarded off by like guards. Like, unfortunately, some bathrooms because there's always a line at the bathroom. They had a lot of fun drinks out. That was cool. They had like these like blue like chain link arches. That's like whatever the link symbol that like people really didn't want to walk through, which I thought was funny. I got some B-roll of like kind of the event, which I'll probably show that right now while I'm talking. So I have a place to put it in. It was kind of fairly small. I understand people maybe being surprised that like that news isn't reported, but like there weren't that many people in the room listening to Shane talk. Maybe 20.
Yeah, it was just like it was a small nook. Like there wasn't really a lot of people. It's kind of like
it was like in the corner of the main place. Like it was sometimes hard to hear because we were just like hearing like people like chatter and stuff.
It's kind of like when Lehman was at that Korean conference and he announced, Fortune 500 is building on us and a Fortune 10 is building on us. Nobody reported that. Like there was no articles about that. It was just a presentation. And there was just information that was only shared on that presentation. There was no article about it after.
But, we are the hardest hitting reporters in this space. We're the most dedicated in the Hedera space. We deserve 8 billion times more subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, you're not worth it. Don't subscribe to us now. We don't want you anymore.
Yeah, well, that's about it.
That's it. Fun. I'll make a full edited video of this later, but I'm just going to record just the stream of consciousness thing, so people can see it because they're interested. All 5 of you. Until next time that there's a fun con. Hey, let me come to some Hedera cons and maybe pay for my plane ticket because I don't got a lot of money. I could run a booth. I could say things. That might be fun. Okay, now I'm just going to start rambling. Bye! Thank you for helping to build a consensus in the Hedera community.